Are you one of those people who have the burning itch to leave their home country and live somewhere else? Do you wonder about living abroad and whether it is good for you? Well, you are not alone.
Sometimes it feels like the whole world is on the move. I know that I'm biased because I live in Portugal and I'm surrounded by people from all over the world. There's like 1 million immigrants here in Portugal. But what is happening to the world that so many people seem like they want to leave their home country with no intention of going back? I suddenly realized that I'm happy, like really, really happy.
I've been here 26 years and I'm more than happy. I couldn't have done it better.
So 26 years ago, if you were to go back in time and you know what you already know, would you come?
Oh, I would still come 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Today I'm going to tell you the story of why I got an African passport. You want to have more than 2 passports. You want to understand what's happening in the world to drive where you have the ability to live and where you have the ability to be a citizen. Today, I'm going to tell you how Africa might play a role for some people's passport plans.
So I spent the last 9 months living in South Africa from London, not knowing anyone, no friends, no family. I came here completely alone and started a new life. And Cape Town is by far the most beautiful location I have ever been to in the world. I mean, have you seen Camps Bay? It literally looks like LA in Africa. The promenade, the views, oh boy, it is beautiful.
Hello everyone, my name is Kola. I have lived in Canada for over 25 years. Welcome back to this side of life. And if you're new here, welcome and thank you all for joining me today. So diving into today's video, nobody chooses where they are born. We didn't choose to be born in Nigeria or Canada or US or UK or Australia. We just found ourselves in this world. And so I feel like there's really nothing wrong if you were born in one part of the world and you want to experience another part of the world. And there are so many advantages to living abroad. So in this video, I thought we should look at some of those reasons why everybody should have that experience of living abroad. Why living abroad is good for everybody and why you might want to consider living abroad as well. The number one reason why everybody should have the experience of living abroad is that it is a cure for ignorance. Ignorance on the part of everybody, not just one set of people. It helps to see beyond your nose and humbles you to know that the world does not end where you are and that there's actually more to this world than what you know. That there are smarter, kinder, more beautiful people and more beautiful places that you have never seen or never heard about. And that really humbles you. And I think humility is a good feeling to have because when you are humble, you tend to learn more. You tend to be able to gain more from life. The second reason why you should live abroad is that it does expand your horizon and widens your knowledge. We've seen so many videos about Americans and Europeans when they are interviewed and asked about what they think about other parts of the world like Africa and maybe Asia, and we've heard what they've said. You are just really surprised by the amount of ignorance that comes out of people when they ask them about other parts of the world.
When people mention Africa, what's one thing that comes to your mind?
Poverty.
That's all?
Actually, yeah, what comes to mind is poor country, yeah.
Poor and it's kind of like a Sahara desert and there's nothing. But it's not like that at all. There's cities like Nigeria.
So yeah, people who are supposed to be living in the most advanced countries in the world seem to be so ignorant about other people in the world. So also the other people on the other side have these just ridiculous ideas about how life is in advanced countries.
One other thing that I would like to articulate about white people is that they are more privileged comparing to us as blacks. Most of them grow up with trust accounts.
They think everybody is rich, everybody has a trust fund, and everybody is plucking money from the trees. If you have the opportunity and the experience of living abroad, then you will be able to understand other people better, know exactly why they are, how they are, and why they think the way they think, how they live, and you will be exposed to their cultures and how they behave and what makes them tick. For example, if I did not come to Canada, I would never have known much about the indigenous peoples of Canada or Sometimes they are referred to as First Nations. Like these are the original dwellers of the land before the white people or the Europeans came to Canada. And they have their own culture, they have their own lifestyle, and you need to live in Canada to be able to observe that lifestyle and to be able to understand that lifestyle, their history and all the factors that they have to deal with. And that is an example of why living abroad helps you to understand people who are very different from you. Imagine also like an American, a white American, going to live in Lagos and having to deal with the everyday life in Lagos. That person will get a better understanding of what Nigerians are all about and why they are the way they are than if he was just way over there in America and watching the news and listening to what everybody is saying about Africa or about Nigeria. So yeah, that's number 2. It helps to expand your horizon and increase your knowledge about people that are different from you. And if you're getting any value from this video, this is the time for you to hit that like button and give us a thumbs up. It really helps to grow the channel and get the message out to more people. Thank you very much. The third reason why everybody should experience living abroad is that it builds up your confidence and helps to cure inferiority complex. I mean, people in Africa, I will use that as an example again, have this feeling, maybe because of our history, because of the colonization and all those things, we have this feeling that we are kind of inferior to the people in America or Europe, for example. And when you come out of Africa and you live in the West, you live in these countries, and you interact with different people, you interact with citizens, you interact with the people around you, it helps you to see that at the end of the day, we are all human beings. And we have the same feelings, we have the same struggles, we have the same challenges, and you make friends and you see that, yeah, these are people like you as well. And it helps you to understand that you are not inferior to anybody. We are just all human beings. And I know some people will say, some people still feel that they are superior. But I keep saying that those people that feel that they are superior to other people, they are not the majority. They just get talked about a lot, but they are not the majority. Majority of people, when they live together and interact with other people that are not like themselves, they come to know that we are actually more of the same than we are different. So yeah, so that's another advantage or another reason why living abroad is actually good for everybody. And then number 4 is that living abroad satisfies your curiosity. When I was back in Nigeria, I used to wonder a lot about what life was like in other places, especially with the media and, you watch all these things on TV and you just wonder what it would be like to live in those places, to experience those things that you're seeing on the TV or that you are, reading in the magazines and things like that. So yeah, if you go out of your own home country and go to another country, then you are able to satisfy that curiosity and exactly know what life is like in those other places. Number 5, living abroad also helps you to take advantage of the opportunities that exist in other places. For example, we know that in Africa, we have our culture. We are very, very much about culture and traditions and things like that. And so if you grew up in Africa, you have that. And then if you come to the West, you are exposed to their own culture of independence, of curiosity, of accountability and things that you were not exposed to back at home. So I feel like you kind of get the best of both worlds when you live abroad. Of course, there's also cons on both sides as well. And then you are able to experience both sides and then pick what is best out of the two. At least that's what should happen when you are exposed to 2 different environments. So let me know in the comment section below. Do you have any other reasons why you think that living abroad is good for everybody? Or maybe you think that living abroad is not good for whatever reason. Let us know in the comment section below. So having said all that, as you know, I come from Nigeria, and currently there is this Japa syndrome in Nigeria where many people are leaving Nigeria. And like you saw in the clips that I showed earlier in the video, it is not just Nigeria. It is happening everywhere, even in America, even in Canada. People are leaving and people are going to different places. And some of these reasons that I've said in this video is why people are doing that. Especially nowadays with the internet and the ability to do remote work, it is becoming easier and easier for people to move around and to be somewhere and be working somewhere else. And because of that flexibility, people are able to move. And having lived in different places, then you can make up your mind as to which one works for you. I find it very interesting when people have lived abroad and then they go back home or back to their home country and they start dissing abroad. Oh yeah, I prefer to live in my home country than in this country or that country, maybe in America or UK or Canada. They start talking about the things that they've experienced when they were in those countries that they didn't like. But my thought is that if you didn't venture out, if you didn't live in those countries, then you wouldn't know. So I feel like it is better and it is advantageous and it is good for people as much as possible, as much as lies within them. I know not everybody can live abroad, but as much as possible, I think it's a good thing if people are able to live abroad and experience another life. So then they will be able to compare and say, okay, this is the one I prefer. So for those people who have lived abroad and prefer to live back at home, or who have lived abroad and prefer to live abroad, it is because you had that opportunity. I feel like it's a position of privilege to have that opportunity. And I also think that people who have had that opportunity to live abroad generally have a well-rounded worldview. They are not likely to be prejudiced or to discriminate against other people. They are more likely to be more tolerant of people because they have lived with different kinds of people and they understand how different kinds of people live, and they see the fact that people are more alike than they are different, more than somebody who never left America as an American, or who never left Africa as an African, or who never left Nigeria as a Nigerian. I think we become richer for it as people. And I think it will actually foster unity and peace amongst people in the world. And who knows, can even avoid wars, right? Like if we know each other better and we get along better, then we will be less likely to be in conflict with one another. Well, that's what I think. And at the end of it all, as Christians, we believe that we are all heading towards heaven. And in heaven, there is no black or white, there is no Nigerian or Ghanaian, there's no American or European, there's no nationality. We are all the same in heaven. So why don't we start that experience from here, knowing that we will all end up in the same heaven? So that's it for today. That's everything that I had for today. Thank you so much for joining me again. And let me know in the comment section below what you think about this topic. Do you think that it's a good thing for everyone to have the opportunity to live abroad? Or do you think that it is not a good idea? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload new videos. Also stay tuned to this channel for much more interesting content coming your way. Until I come your way again, until the next video, you go out and make it the best days of your life. Bye!